mutation. Mutations are not good. I don't care how long a period of time that they happen. And guess what? Hallelujah. When a person has cancer, they don't come into your room clapping and saying, guess what? You're evolving.
Mm-hmm.
No, they say you're dying.
That's right. Amen.
Evolution's a lie. We were created in the image of God. Then what in the world's wrong with us, preacher? Sin.
Amen.
Sin came into the world and death passed on every man. Second law of thermodynamics from your science book is this: everything tends to disarray. Everything's falling apart.
Right. Amen.
You don't believe it? Look in the mirror. Everything's falling apart. It really is. If you're still one of those unlucky people that have a home you have to paint at one time will not do. In a couple of years, you're going to have to paint it again. Those of you that do any housework know you don't wash dishes once. You don't vacuum the floor once. You don't sweep the floor once. You have to continually do it. In fact, those of you that are clean this morning, you have to take a shower or a bath or at least sponge off. And you know what? You probably did it the day before. Let's hope you at least done it a week before. And you're going to have to continue to do it. Because everything's falling apart. And you just have to continue to do it. Well, you have to continue to go to the doctor.
Right.
Because things are falling apart. Why is that happening, preacher? Because of the curse of sin and death.
Amen.
It wasn't a biological process that started that. It was the curse of sin and death. Man sinned.
That's right.
That's been the whole problem from the outset. It's not an economic problem. It's not a social problem. It's not a cultural problem. It's not an educational problem. It's a sin problem.
That's right.
Do you realize that America spends more money per capita than any other country in the world for education?
Yep.
Nobody's even close to us as much money as we throw at education in America. And yet we rank down, I think it's somewhere in the 28th, 29th position in the world for people that are educated in America, and yet we spend our... Well, you know what? We got to fix our education system. We got to give them more money. Throwing money in it ain't going to fix it.
Right.
Education's not the problem. We got some of the most educated people in the world, and they still don't understand the truth.
Right.
They don't get the truth. You got people that teach economics in colleges that don't know how to save a dollar. It's amazing to me. You got professors that are flat broke teaching people economics.
Right.
Don't make any sense at all. Who in the world would you go to for financial advice? Somebody that's a millionaire or somebody that's struggling to pay their bills?
Right.
And yet, people struggle with the simplistics of the Bible that remind us of what truth is, and the truth is this: we were created in the image of God. It's been marred by sin. Therefore, man is a fallen sinner. He doesn't need to be self-actualized and discover that he is God. He needs to be told the truth that he's a sinner.
Yes.
Can I say something here this morning, and I hope I don't offend anybody? We've grown up in an age for the last few years that when we train our children, we're always supposed to be encouraging to our children. And we are. But it's like, you know what? No matter how bad they're doing, we're supposed to encourage them. No. They need to be told the truth.
Amen.
At a very young age, they need to know the realization that they're a sinner that needs to be saved.
Amen.
That they don't need reformation, they need resurrection.
Amen.
They don't need to just turn over a new leaf, they need a new birth.
Amen.
They don't need to find themselves, they need to lose themselves and find Jesus.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
They don't need to be continually told, you're good, you're good, you're good, when they're doing bad.
Right.
They need to hear the truth.
Yes.
And they need to hear the truth that the wages of sin is death.
Yes.
Not only physical death, but it's spiritual death.
Amen.
That there is an eternity that we will step out into, that this is not all there is. The truth is we will either go to heaven or hell, and based on what they do with Jesus will determine that.
Yes.
Because, again, our world, especially in America, we've embraced that idea. Well, it really doesn't matter, honey, where you go to church or not. It really doesn't matter. You need to find the truth for yourself. No. You as a parent and grandparent, you need to train them up in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. Because if you don't fill them with the Word of God, the world's going to fill them with their philosophies. And as a child, if you ask me, it's child abuse as a Christian parent not to teach them and train them in the Word of God. That's our responsibility.
Amen.
We're accountable children. Oh man, alive, there's so many people's lives that are messed up because their parents said, well, you know what, I don't want to make them to go to church. I don't want to teach them this way. Yeah, you will bend over backwards and make them brush their teeth and eat their vegetables. And we need to know what the real truth is. The truth disturbs.
Amen.
The truth challenges.
That's right.
Again, the truth offends.
Yes.
Well, preacher, you're just too narrow-minded.
No.
All roads lead to heaven. You're just too narrow-minded.
Thank God.
No. I know what you believe determines how you live your life. Regardless of what a person says, what they believe determines how they live their life. And if you believe that you can live a sinful lifestyle and be happy, well, you're going to live a sinful lifestyle. But it's a lie. You'll never be happy.
Right.
If you believe that you can live a life without holiness, biblical holiness, and be a person that's happy, you're fooling yourself.
Yes.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. If you believe that you can continue in sin and make it to heaven, you're believing a lie.
Right.
Oh, I'm just as good as anybody else. Goodness ain't going to get you there.
Right.
It really ain't. You're just as desperately in need as the person that's the wicked serial killer. Your depth of depravity may not be as bad or as deep as somebody else's, but you're just like anybody else in your need for a Savior. Sorry, Mr. Obama, we need a Messiah.
Amen.
We need a Savior. And last time I checked, Jesus is the only one
Yes, amen.
that
Yes.
went to a cross
Yes.
and shed his blood.
Amen.
Jesus is the only one.
Amen.
I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. Oh, that's just too narrow-minded, preacher. There you go again. It's too narrow-minded. No, Jesus said it like this: straight is the gate,
Yes. Amen.
and narrow is the way that leads
That's
to
right.
life,
Amen.
and few there be that find it.
Amen.
Wide is the gate, broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many go in.
Yes.
Several years ago, I don't know how many, it's been a long time ago, my wife and I were discussing those verses right there. And she looked at me and she said, you know what, if you read this the way it's really written, ain't a whole lot of people going to make it. And I said, yeah, that's a disturbing fact.
That's right. Amen.
Jesus said a few.
Yes.
I don't know what number that constitutes, but it's not everybody.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not all roads, and it's definitely not all paths. The truth is, it's a straight gate and a narrow way. I can't accept the beliefs and the philosophies that this world is espousing this morning. I can't go along with their myths and their lies. I can't buy into what they're selling. Oh, it might make me feel good temporarily if they tell me, listen, you know, everybody's going to heaven. It doesn't matter how you do. When you die, you're going to go. So, you know, don't feel any pressure. Don't feel bad about yourself. It'll be okay. You know, I'm amazed when I watch a sporting event and somebody in a family has died and they say, I know they're looking down and smiling. And I'm thinking, no, they're not.
Right.
They didn't know Jesus. I mean, there's so many funerals of young people, and I hear the preacher get up and talk about, well, he's looking down and smiling. No, he died under the influence of alcohol in a wreck. He didn't make it unless he cried out in that last moment for mercy. Please tell these other young people the truth.
Amen. Amen.
That hell must be shunned and heaven must be embraced, and the only way to get there is through Jesus. No other way. No other way. How do you know, preacher, that you're right? Because that book's absolutely true.
Amen.
right.
Amen.
That's it.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Stand to your feet this morning.
Praise